Howdy y'all, welcome to part one of Feed the Beast Light Pack 2. I'm Ragaras. Of course, if you're here, hopefully you've been here before, but if not, welcome. You are in my Light 2 world. Yes, this is episode 1, but I do have kind of quite a bit done. I did not think I was actually going to do any sort of video on the Light Pack at all, but I've found that I've really enjoyed it. So this first video here, what we're going to do is we're just going to go over what I've got. We'll start here, of course, on the main platform. We'll go down. We'll start with my fuel source. This, of course, is my main platform. Well, we'll go over that later. The tree farm right here is my source of fuel for the entire base right now, and it's running off of charcoal. What I've got is a planter down there that, of course, plants it. It's powered by this steam dynamo, and it's powered by charcoal, of course, from here. So what happens is the harvester above harvests everything, puts it in this gold chest. The wood is dropped down into this deep storage unit. The saplings go back over to the planter, and if there's no room, then they come back down here, if I can breathe, to this deep storage unit. The wood is pulled out from here and goes into this redstone furnace, and then is dumped into this deep storage unit. From this deep storage unit, it pulls from behind, it pulls coal out, and it feeds these three steam dynamos here. And of course, all three of them are fed with water from this aqueous accumulator. And then wood is pulled from, or the charcoal is also pulled from this chest, and it keeps this ender chest full up here. And that inner chest provides fuel to the other areas that need it. Now I did have pillars here, but they kept getting knocked out by the trees, so I just left the glass roof. And the reason the glass roof is on there is, one, so I don't get the really, really tall trees. It just takes a lot longer for this thing to harvest it and uses more energy. So I find that the shorter trees, I may even lower that one. But that's this is all my fuel comes out of there. And I did actually, and I want to talk about this. I should mention this to all you guys. Is I did have a world crashing event because of this, and I do want to warn everybody about this. As I broke this chest without removing these pipes first, and the world crashed, and it would not come back up until I removed thermal expansion from the game. So make sure, I don't know what caused it, but I was getting all kinds of errors when I looked at the error log about these pipes, and I would remove the pipes and then break the chest. Because I don't know if I broke it when it was actively pulling something from it or what, but yeah, you don't want to do that, because it also messed up a lot of my ore gen. Because when I removed that, of course, it removed all the ore gen that does from the area right around here. I tried not to move too much so I didn't screw it up too bad, but I still run into it. I'll run into just holes all over the place down in my mining area. This is my enchanting area over here. This has, of course, my potions, which I don't use too much. Then I have a auto enchanter, an auto anvil, and an auto disenchanter. The auto disenchanter is very, very handy when you first start out. Probably even more so than your enchanter, because if you run, this is my mob spawner up here. We'll go take a look at that real quick. This is one of the first things I built. This tower of elevators was only recently added. I want to mention I did add 4 mods to this. One was morph. Morph is what allowed me to build that so early. I killed a bat and was able to fly. So I didn't even have to tower up here. I just flew and was able to build this while I was flying, which makes it so much easier to build. You don't have to worry about falling off and trying to hit the water. You just fly around and do it. But the way this works in just vanilla is the mobs will fall down here and die on these hoppers, and everything from the hopper goes in here. You push this button, it turns a water break on up there, so they survive when they hit right here. Now currently the water break is on, but there is a mob grinder in here that is killing them, and then all the essence goes into this barrel. These barrels are pretty cool. This did have its own steam dynamo, but I removed it because I've got 12 steam dynamos running now, and it powers pretty much everything. Yeah, you can see they're all getting killed, and the hoppers really aren't used right now. I could pretty much get rid of these, but if I ever want to be able to turn it off, all the items would flow in here. Now you do get a lot of, right now I'm filtering it out with these pipes, but if you're just letting them drop or you're letting them build up in here and you're killing them, you will get a lot of enchanted armor, swords, bows, and you can disenchant these bows and get those or get enchant books from them. So that's pretty cool. This, of course, is where I was doing all my enchanting to start with. I would just, this is actually very, very fast. With, like right now, they're not building up very quick because this is killing them. But you can get, 80, 90, 100 mobs in here pretty quick, because this is the very top of this is at the build limit height, and there's 2 levels of it. I probably could have lowered it one, but this is sufficient. I mean, it only takes a few minutes to get to where you can enchant. And if you're doing like early level enchanting, I think the mid level enchanting is like, the highest is like 17. That's very easy to get with this. So you can get yourself some good mid level armor very, very quickly with just this setup. Right now, I'm just using it to collect the mob essence. It's almost full. And with that mob essence, I'm then able to use the auto enchanter and the auto anvil, and then of course my auto spawner, which is in this room over here. You'll see I don't use a lot of glass. I'm kind of sticking with this style all the way through. I just something I just came up with this one. I'm not going to say I'm the only person that's ever done it, but it's the first time I've ever kind of used it this extensively. My nether portal or room uses the same kind of style with the quartz, and my God, quartz takes a lot to do anything with. I've never really used it before, and it's man, you gotta mine that crap all day just to get a block, and that's with fortune, so that sucks. The farms up here I don't really need. They're kind of for looks. I really like the sprinkler. Down in my mine area, I do have a micro farm, which is kind of a vanilla invention. I did not, when I made the one from my vanilla world, I kind of got an idea, but I didn't watch any tutorials, so I figured out how to do it for myself. So it's probably not the best one, but you turn this lever on and it starts a comparator clock back there, and it just starts firing these 3. So this instant grows, and then you just harvest plant as fast as you want until you get what you want, or as much as you need. This works for anything that will grow with bone meal. Does not work, of course, on watermelons. I suppose it could work on bamboo if you opened it up. It does not work on melons. It doesn't work on. I think it's really bad. It should. No, it does work on nether wart if you replace this with soul sand. Works on potatoes, wheat. So I mean, it's a nice little invention to have. If anybody's curious how to make that, it's really not very hard. It's 3 repeaters basically, and a comparator, and then just some redstone and a lever. Very quick to make. Down here, of course, is my mine area. I did add, like I said, computer craft, and I use computer craft for my auto mining. And it's not really auto. I've got to come down here and place them, activate the program, and it does 100 long tunnel. And it's got 2 different programs. It has one that does a 3x3, 100 long, and then it has one that does 3x1, and it does 100 long. So once I move it, then I'll come in behind it and then clear out anything on the sides, or anything that's visible. I'll go and mine that stuff. And usually by the time I'm done mining out all the extras, it's done over here, and I can move it again. So it's not like doing a quarry. I mean, you do have to spend some time with it. This level is pretty much just for bronze and 10. And then down here at the very bottom is our area for gold, diamond, lead, and silver down here. And you can see it's a pretty big area. It's been mined out pretty good. And not to mention I have never had a world just so chock full of tunnels. I mean, I can't dig 5 blocks without running into one. So I've also done a shit ton of caving and lighting those caves up, just so I don't get attacked constantly when I'm down there. It's not bad. Over here, of course, is my auto spawner. It's powered by 2 dynamos on their own. Redstone lever here will turn it on and off. All the drops go in here. The first crash that I got was I was trying to use an auto spawner, conveyor belts with iron spikes along one side. They would spawn the slimes. They would, or it was a full-size slime, so it comes over here, and my expectation was going to be that it was going to hit those spikes and then be knocked into medium slimes. And then the medium slimes would, of course, jump again and hit those spikes, and then it would fall down into a tray. And originally it was down in the mine area. I just recently moved it up here, and then the small slimes would drop down into the tray and be taken out by the mob grinder. That caused a world crash. Until I turned it into peaceful mode, it would not reload. Thankfully, I didn't have to destroy anything. I didn't have to turn anything off or take out a mod to get it to work. And damn it, I thought I had this turned off where it did not grab people. Come on, get me out of here. But that, so I want to say it was Woolly Creeper on the Hypermine server that had done something similar, and they're modded, and it worked for him. But every time I've tried it with this pack, it crashes. It crashes the world, and it will not come back up until you put it in peaceful mode. You have to delete all the mods. And I don't know if it's the conveyor belts that are doing it or what. I haven't tried it with water. I may eventually go into a test world because I'd really like to break all those big ones down into little ones and be able to get the mob essence from them, because just the sheer number of little ones that you get from the big one, generally you have a surplus of mob essence. But that's no big deal right now. I mean, I spend enough time like AFK cooking or watching TV or something where I can just stand up there and I mean, that's full right now. I've got almost a full barrel up there, and like I said, that's 256 buckets, and I have that big tank right there. So I've got enough to enchant quite a bit. And the only chance I'm still trying to get, of course, is Silk Touch. I want one of these with Silk Touch, and I would like a few infinities, and I'm just not getting them. This thing, I've got a ton of projectile protection. I don't think I have any Bane of Arthropods in here, or the Awful Turds or whatever it's called. I just throw that thing away. It's crap. I don't ever use it. So it's just, I've tried trying to find tricks to manually get Silk Touch, and man, I just cannot get it. I cannot get Silk Touch. It's really frustrating. I've gone through, a lot of books, you can see, and those aren't even the ones all the ones I throw away. Like I throw away Knockback, and I throw away the Bane, and I think that's it. But I've got a ton of those. I've got so many of those. But that's the world so far. I have not shown you the Nether, of course. I don't have a lot there. I just have my spawn-in area. I do have a Nether fortress. Actually, I have a couple Nether fortresses not too far from the base, but I don't really need to go and set anything up there. There's no Natura with this, so it doesn't really add anything to the Nether. And got because I have a blaze safari net, so I can just spawn blazes in there. I do need to go and get a safari net with a wither skeleton, so I can get some wither skulls going. But I don't plan to spend a lot of time on the nether. It's boring. There's just nothing in there. I do want to get to the ender though and kill the ender dragon and do an ender. I'm thinking of. I think an ender would get me a lot more mob juice for the amount of time because they spawn just so fast. So that's going to be a project. I do need to set up some way of getting dyes. I have no way of getting dyes right now. There's no plants that give it in here. There's no IC2 where I can do the crops. So I still want to build up enough power that I can do some biofuel. There's only MFR in this, and from what I can tell in a test I did, I got to redo the test, but it didn't seem like I was getting anything from squids, so the old squid kind of exploit is, I think it's gone, but I'll know for sure by the time I put up another one of these. So thanks for coming by, guys. This is actually like the second time I've done this. My recording software crashed the first time after I talked like for an hour. Then I was like, where's my video? Great. So this one's probably a little bit shorter. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit shorter, but like I said, it's just kind of an opening episode to let you see what we've got. Like I said, this is the FTB Feed the Beast Light Pack 2, and I did add Iron Chest, Computer Craft, Morph, and Ender Storage. So I mean, if you're for whatever reason wanting to play along, those are the mods that I'm using. It's just all the standard ones, and I'm using the Zan's mini map. I think I tried Raise, but it just wouldn't load with Raise for some reason. So I don't know what the issue was with that. But I am using Zan's. I'm not using the Opus one. I'm just used to Zan's. That's the one I think that wasn't unleashed. So it's okay. Works for me. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed kind of what you've seen so far. I know there's not a lot. I've just got my main base going, but this is, from here is where you go out and you start really exploring from here. I do have it set up where I can get mob essence. I can get. I don't have a ton of materials, but I got plenty for this pack. Really, I mean, for this pack. I probably have more than I will ever use right now, just from those 2 big mining areas that I've done. I do think I want to move this. I built a 20 by 20 pit down the mining area that I excavated out with a turtle. I'm probably going to move this tree farm down there, just so it's not here. Now you'll notice I do have the sound turned off to this. You can go into the configs and turn the sound off for the harvester sound. So if that's causing you, that's not why I did it, but if it's causing you lag, you can turn that off. I did it just because I don't like to hear the harvesting sound constantly, because you can see it's always running and it's loud. So I just don't want to have to hear it all the time. It's really annoying. Lava, of course, that's coming from the nether. I have an endothermic pump over there. And that's the only pump you get in this game, by the way. Kind of sucks. MFR or thermal expansion needs to add a pump. No pump. Because I've got pools out here of sludge and like sewage, and I have no way of pumping them out that I'm aware of. Might be able to do it with, I don't know. I wouldn't actually, honestly, I wouldn't know how to do it. Because most pumps or bucket fillers need like a source block. So yeah, not sure how that would work. That may be a test we have to do down the road, because it just seems a shame to have sewage, sludge throughout the world that's being spawned, and there's nothing you can do with it. So if anybody knows, who is it, King Lemming or whoever is in charge of thermal expansion, tell them to make a darn pump. That would be nice. just a liquid pump that pumps lava, sewage, water, whatever. Because without Buildcraft and Red Power, there is just no pump. So that is the one downside of this pack. There is no Buildcraft. So you don't have pipes, you don't have Red Power, you don't have any of that stuff. But the only thing you've got is Thermal Expansion and Mind Factory Reloaded. Really, are kind of your two tech trees. Well, guys, I appreciate you coming around and checking out the video. Don't know when the next one will be up. When I can. I'm kind of sporadic. Of course, I'm not getting paid for these, so it's not like it's a job. I do it because I just enjoy playing this game, and I love sharing my worlds with folks. If you are not subscribed, then of course, you may get frustrated checking the channel from time to time to see if I put anything up. My suggestion would just be subscribe. That way you can see when I do put a new one up. I'm not every day, and I'm not even every week sometimes. So subscribing is the best way, because I don't do Facebook and I don't do Twitter. I'm just old and don't understand it. It's beyond me. No, not really. It's just I just don't get Facebook and Twitter. I just don't need to be in that much contact with anybody ever. So, guys, I appreciate you coming by. I hope you had a great holiday. I know I did. I'm really looking forward to this year, 2014. I cannot believe it is 2014. Not in my wildest imagination when I was a younger man did I ever think I would even see 2014. To me, that was like the future. Who would know that the only real difference is computers, cell phones, and tablets, right? So until next time, I hope you appreciated this episode. And if you got any questions, comments, I really am looking forward to seeing how I can stretch the limited stuff with this mod pack into something incredible. So until next time, I will see y'all later.